It's day 2 of the Sabbath prayer and umgidi at the AmaZulu Palace in northern KwaZulu-Natal. King MisuZulu KaZwelithini has met with the leader of the Nazareth Baptist Church, popularly known as Shembe. Senior reporter Sipa Mandlagoge is following the events and joins us live now from KwaNongoma. Sipa, can you set the scene for us and describe what we're seeing on those incredible visuals of the ceremonies taking place?
Before I ask my colleague Mkize to show you more visuals, he is currently showing you visuals of umgidi, who is the leader of a faction of the Nazareth Baptist Church, popularly known as umgidi. That man that you see there in front of the visuals is umgidi. He has recently lost a decade-long legal battle over the church's leadership role here. The Constitutional Court dismissed his application for leave to appeal the decisions of the lower courts that he was not the rightful heir to the throne. The church has been robbed by a decade-long legal battle, but Mkize will pan slowly and show you inside that white marquee there. Those are senior princes from the Zulu Royal family. These are the members of the Zulu Royal family. At the moment, AmaZulu King MisuZulu KaZwelithini is not here yet. Yesterday we did attend the prayer session, but what is happening today is that senior princes are out here observing this traditional dance and song that is happening at AmaZulu Royal Palace. As we see members of the Nazareth Baptist Church displaying their skills in song and dance. Today's activities are mainly about umgidi. This is when after the morning prayer they come together now in a well choreographed manner. They basically dance and then they display their skills here in front of their leader, of course, MisuZulu, as I've alluded, that is facing his own legal battles. Yesterday he was addressing thousands of these members of the church, saying, well, yes, no one basically is not scared of being arrested, as we know that the other faction that wants him removed is basically calling for a declaratory order that he must be removed from Ebuhleni. Those are the headquarters of the church. What we are going to do now is I'm going to ask Bonga to unmount this camera. Please bear with us. You will see some shaky visuals. We will unmount the camera and try and go to the other side where we will show you more visuals of song and dance there. For the time being, please bear with us for those shaky visuals there. Few seconds of those shots. We will just ask if we can just squeeze through here of the church. With all due respect, we will try and squeeze through here to go to the other side so that you will see other members of the church who are busy singing and dancing here as they display their cultural skills here. Basically today is going to be the whole day of song and dance. Yesterday it was a huge prayer here at the palace, and the gist of the prayer by the leader that we showed you earlier on, umgidi, was mainly about praying for peace, for calm, for stability within the Zulu royal family. As we know that the family has been robbed by a dispute over the throne. There are those who are not recognizing King MisuZulu KaZwelithini as the rightful heir to the throne. They are arguing that the issue of succession is not done yet. They are putting forward the name of Princess Magade as the one who should take over from the late King KwaZulu-Natal. However, King MisuZulu is firmly on the throne. He is adamant that the issue of succession is done and dusted. Hence, there is this looming court case early next month. I think it's the 6th and 7th of December. But that court case is mainly about some royal family members who are challenging the late king's signature on the will. Now that will affect the throne because the late king left the throne with the late queen Manfombi, who is King MisuZulu's mother. Queen Mantombi, before she departed, she handed over the throne to King MisuZulu. So that court case will be very crucial for the Zulu kingdom. But that is something that umgidi and these thousands of Nazareth Baptist Church members prayed for yesterday, for peace, for calm, and for this dispute to be resolved so that the royal family can be united again. They prayed for peace and unity and stability within the royal family. Let's give you natural sound of his traditional song and dance. Other side, we continue to stay with these visuals and go to the other side here as Bongamkhize is showing you how all those who are performing here are separated into groups according to their age, to their gender and their roles within the church. You are seeing a group of men now. We are going to a group of elderly women here. This church prides itself for being deeply rooted in African culture and tradition, and everything that is happening here is well choreographed across the palace. This is what you are seeing. So we are going to show you that what is happening here is well choreographed. On the other side is a group of women, and you have a group of young ladies who are also performing their dance. So in the end, they will all come together as this umgidi is underway. These festivities are set to take the entire day. The Shembe Church has got a very rich history and a very deep and long-standing relationship with AmaZulu Royal Household. We are told that the founder of the church, Prophet Isaiah, at some point visited King MisuZulu many years ago, and only to find that the king had been sent to exile in St. Helena for about 7 years. But other kings came back as well, or other leaders of the church came back as well to pay homage and respect to other kings of the Zulu nation, including King Solomon. So for decades, this relationship has existed between AmaZulu Royal family and the Shembe Church.
Sipamandla, for those of our viewers who might have just joined us and who might not be familiar with the practices of umgidi, give us a description into the background and what is actually happening in terms of ceremony and cultural practice today.
Well, umgidi basically is when members of the Nazareth Baptist Church display their dance skills, but it's not only about dancing. This is what connects them to the values and the principles of the church. Remember, the Nazareth Baptist Church is one of the biggest churches, not only in South Africa, but across Africa. It's got millions of members. Of late, it's been rocked by a succession battles and disunity. There are many factions of the church. Of course, the dominant ones being Ebuhleni and Pagameni. There are others as well, as I've alluded earlier on, that for about a decade, umgidi Shembe has been fighting a legal battle here after the trial court in the High Court of South Africa, the KwaZulu-Natal division sitting in Durban, ruled that Vela Shembe, who is late, was the rightful heir to the throne. Of course, Vela Shembe was nominated by the late leader of the faction of the church, Uvimbeni Shembe, popularly known as Utingo Nkosazana. So for years it's been rocked by this legal battle up until the Constitutional Court recently, I think it was June or July this year, dismissed an application by umgidi Shembe for leave to appeal those earlier decisions there. So basically, umgidi is when members of the church come together, they sing and they dance, but they also connect with the church's values and principles, simply because the church prides itself for being deeply rooted in culture, tradition of Africanism and African culture as well. Hence, you see them that On the second day, when there is umgidi, they will be clad in their traditional attire, performing traditional song and dance. So this is part of the church teachings and part of the church's values as well.
And Siphamandla, talk to us of the significance that this event is still going ahead despite the challenges to the succession battle and King MisuZulu KaZwelithini.
It's significant because remember, for about months now since King MisuZulu KaZwelithini ascended to the throne, the church leadership had not publicly endorsed him. Now, umgidi from Ebufeni faction of the church yesterday publicly endorsed King MisuZulu, going as far as saying he does not understand why there is this noise that is going around about who should be the king of AmaZulu, because it was clear. He even said, well, it's clear as daylight as who should be the king. And in fact, he saluted the late king of AmaZulu, King MisuZulu, saying they had a very close and personal relationship. And also after saluting him, he said, let me salute the current reigning monarch of AmaZulu here. Hence, he saluted King MisuZulu KaZwelithini. So that was a very bold and powerful statement coming from a leader of one of the biggest churches in Africa with millions of followers and members across the continent. And also they had a meeting inside AmaZulu Royal Palace, and that meeting basically spoke about unity, calling for peace, preaching. Even KwaZulu, when he was endorsing King MisuZulu, he said he is not taking sides in the ongoing disputes, but it's clear who should be the king of AmaZulu. However, saying he's praying for all members of the Zulu royal family, because the Zulu royal family needs to be united so that the AmaZulu nation can be united, because without the Zulu royal family being united, the nation will not be united. As MisuZulu is showing a young member of the church there displaying his cultural and dance skills.
Thank you very much, Siphamandla. We'll continue to track the events in KwaZulu-Natal throughout the day. Siphamandla Goge coming to us there from KwaNongoma.